Before you were born, there were things that were spoken. You may not be aware. Jeremiah was very young, little, when Nebuchadnezzar came to take over Jerusalem and took all of them to captivity. So Jeremiah was prophesying in the court of Nebuchadnezzar in Ezra. Who, you see, Ezra's condition is not a palatable condition. There are people who are in the church, they are still in exile, going through so many problems and troubles. Why? There is no one to travail. So Nebuchadnezzar could do whatever he could do because there is no one who will stand in the gap and prevail in prayer. But thank God for the life of Daniel. And Daniel understood by the book's revelation. And he said, enough is enough. Go to chapter 10. You will see. Chapter 10, 11. You see Daniel now engage prayer. Begin to pray and travail. Fasting and declaring. And an angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, hey, we are changing the status of Israel. And when Daniel lifted prayer, 70 years, do you know, God sent a king of Persia to defeat Nebuchadnezzar and came to the king and sent Greece and other countries. That is how Israel was liberated. One man prayer. We don't need many people to pray in your family. God just needs you. Your destiny can change. The destiny of a nation can change. The destiny of your future can change when you engage in traveling prayer. Church, if you want to build future tomorrow, travel today. It's only my wife who is clapping. Thank you for clapping. Support my cheerleader. I don't have any cheerleader here. If you want to give birth to a prince tomorrow, travel today. If you want to give birth to a king tomorrow, travel today. The scripture I showed you in Genesis chapter 35, 10, 11. The Lord came to Jacob that kings will come out of you, you inherit. But you know, Joseph has a place called Bethel. When he traveled with the Lord until the breaking of the day, he went to Bethel twice and anointed it. That is why he could get it. So all the prosperity Jacob got was by traveling. That is why I made a statement. Things are not made until they are enforced to happen. Spiritually, don't think that you are a Christian so everything will happen to you and free. That is not true. Life is war. Even physically, no labor, no child. Even Mary, who carried Jesus, went through labor. God didn't exempt it. I was listening to a person. I remember a testimony a pastor told me. A pastor friend who was going to have her first child was going through labor. And the labor pain hit her so much that, as she said, Pastor, I started shouting the labor word. Jesus, he said he was calling Jesus, the labor pain was not reducing. So he said, Jesus, you have not been to labor ward before. You don't know how the labor pain is. So I will not call you again. I'll call Mary. Because Mary understood. Labor. Man, you don't understand. You don't understand. Labor, when it comes, you forget gentility. You forget tea. You forget your best food. Can I tell you, there's no woman who goes to labor and says, I want tea or coffee. They forget about it. They forget even about their shame. That is why when you are praying, forget about everything about you. Labor in prayer and push your children.
That's ISO.